So good afternoon. We are back again. Apologies about yesterday, but I was gone. I was dead for the whole day, literally. So it happens when you have a night out and when you're an old man in his 40s. You can't hack it. So yes, apologies about that. Big up to everybody who is watching. Make sure you are smashing a like on the video. Big up to everybody who's subscribed as well. I do appreciate that. We're en route to 10K. Make sure you are liking, sharing, comment as much as you want. Leave all your comments down below. And I'm sure this is going to spark a bit of controversy as well, because I go against the majority in this scenario with Mason Greenwood. I think that he should be allowed to play. But listen, I'll come to that and explain myself in a minute, because I know a lot of people are going to agree and a lot of people are going to disagree. But the breaking news that came out last night is Greenwood has been told he will not be returning to training at Manchester United until next season at the earliest, with the club's internal investigation. It does actually say international investigation on this website, but I think they meant internal, into the arrest on rape charges likely to be completed before the summer. The 21-year-old has been suspended by Manchester United since January 2022, when the allegations first emerged of attempted rape, assault, which led to him being arrested and charged. But all charges were dropped by Greater Manchester Police last month. Greenwood is understood to have held extensive talks with Manchester United officials in recent weeks, in which the player has emphasised his desire to return as soon as possible and stressed his commitment to remaining at Old Trafford, where he is under contract until 2025. The club are adamant that they will not be rushed into making a decision. However, they are continuing to conduct due diligence into the circumstances surrounding his arrest for his off-field conduct. United are grappling with difficult ethical, human and commercial and financial dilemmas regarding Greenwood, whilst there is also an acknowledgement that making a controversial decision in the next 2 months could disrupt their push for Champions League qualification and campaigns in the FA Cup and Europa League. Then goes on to say the club are understood to be split on the issue, with staff in the football department arguing he should be given a second chance, but commercial executives are more wary amidst concerns over the potential damage to United's reputation. Sponsors Nike, EA Sports, Cadbury all dumped Greenwood after the allegations first emerged. His shirt is no longer for sale, although his number 11 squad number has not been reallocated, however. Ten Hag has scrupulously avoided discussions over Greenwood's future, and has insisted it is an issue for the club's hierarchy, although the Dutchman has spoke to the player since the charges were dropped last month. Now, this is the interesting part. The former England under-21 striker has continued to receive his 70 grand a week wages whilst being suspended. The remaining value of his contract is understood to be 8.1 million, which the club may have to pay if they choose to dismiss him at the end of the season. United have declined to comment at this point. But here's the thing for me. Me personally, I actually totally think he did do what was put out there. I 100%, I'm convinced of that. It's just my opinion. The reason I'm convinced of that is because if he didn't, that means that the person, i.e. girlfriend, future wife, because he's now getting married, apparently, he's got her pregnant as well, they're having a baby together, etc., etc. That particular person, if this wasn't true, would have basically ruined his whole career at that point. And I'm pretty sure, as a man, yes, I am a man, I'm pretty sure at this point that most men, not all, but I'd say a massive majority of men, would not get back with a woman if she did say that and it wasn't to be true. Because that person would have ruined your whole career. At a young age, when you're 20, 21, you're flying, you're smashing records at United, for goals, 50 goals. I think he was the quickest or youngest to do something like that. And he was on top of the world. He was flying. He was going to go on to be a great football player for the rest of his life. So it's kind of mad that he got back with her, which kind of tells me that he did it. However, having said that, he is now going to get married to that woman. They are having a baby. They are together. There's been no charges brought forward into a court. Yes, he was charged. All charges were dropped. And the person involved is still with him. So on that basis alone, The guy has been charged, charges dropped. On that basis alone, for me, why can't he work again? Why can't he continue to play football? Why can't he stay at Man United? They've given him a contract. It's not ended up in a court of law. He's not been prosecuted in a court of law. He's not been sent to prison. He's not had any other ramifications or any dealings after the charges were dropped. So for me personally, I think he should be allowed to play football again. And a lot of people are going to disagree with that. But the fact and reality is he's still with the woman. They obviously are getting married and having a baby and they seem happy. And he hasn't been done in a court of law for it. Now, I understand that there's going to be people that are going to listen to this and there's going to be people that say he should be banned for life. He should never get another football club. I kind of get all of that as well. But at the same time, the person involved is still with him and looking to tie the knot. Now, I had this conversation the other day with a very good friend of mine because he sent me an article where they were going to tie the knot and they're picking a hotel and they're in a hotel or something like that. And I said, it wouldn't surprise me if settle out of court, sign some court order that now you have to commit to me. You have to, maybe marry me, have a family with me, etc., etc. But let's not forget here, it wasn't her that released all of these pictures and all of these voice messages and voice recordings or whatever it was. That was actually leaked by someone else, apparently, allegedly. So if that is the case, then she obviously hasn't pressed charges. She obviously hasn't leaked all of this. It is now the social justice warriors that sit on Twitter that chat absolute BS that are now going, right, that's it, cancel him, because they want everyone cancelled because they're just jobless. Like, they just sit and wait for something like this to come around. Bang, cancel everyone. Yeah, and for me, I don't think that should be the case. I'm going to be dropping a video on Noel Clarke tomorrow as well. So make sure you keep an eyes peeled for that. Because again, that's another one that I don't think should have been cancelled. But we'll go into detail on that tomorrow. But just to finish up with Greenwood, at the end of the day, he's not been done in a court of law. And there's many, many other footballers out there that have had charges for certain offences. Basuma, for example. If you go back, all the way back, Paul Gascoigne is the prime example. The prime example. Paul Gascoigne was doing a mazza to his wife. And he was still playing football. There was none of this social justice warriors stuff back then. Paul Gascoigne actually got done for that. He actually got done for that. He ended up splitting up with his wife over it. So, for me, I think he should be allowed to play. I think he should be able to go and have his career. If he doesn't, then obviously that's still not going to result in him not being flush. He's still going to get his payout. Because Man United can't kick him out the football club, in my opinion, without grounds of kicking him out the football club. All they can come out with is you've put the club into disrepute. Well, he hasn't, though, because he ain't been officially done in court for it. It's just charges that have been dropped. So Man United are going to have to be very clever, which is why it's taken Man United so long to make this decision. As for all the people that play for that football club, I've seen stories saying, oh, yeah, we're going to consult the women's team. Well, why? We're going to consult the men's team. Why? It's a Man United decision. If there's players that are not happy with him coming back, tough. You're under contract to kick football, mate. Don't have to be mates with him. Don't have to like him. Don't have to talk to him. But when you go out on that football pitch, you put in a performance and you do your jobs you're contracted to do. Yeah, and all of this is just modern society now. Yeah, judge, jury, and executioner by social media. Yeah, the fact is, he ain't been done in a court in front of a jury. Yeah, whether you think he's done it like I do, or whether you don't think he's done it, the fact is, he's still with the woman. They're having a baby together. They're going to get married. Why can't he have his career? Yeah, it makes no sense to me. But listen, I understand if people want to have a go at me and kick off and, oh, why are you backing him? He's a wife and all of that. I get all of that. I get it. But like I said, go back in time. We can reel off loads of names, by the way. I just used Gaza as the example because he was the star boy for England. Yeah, and he was out there doing madness. Only got to Google it, mate. You find it all. So yeah, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on that. Leave it in the comment section. Let me know whether you think he should be allowed to come back. I've seen people saying he should have a second chance. What do you mean second chance? He's not been done in a court of law. Whether you think he's done it or not, it's still his first chance. Has it a second chance? Like, it makes no sense to me. It's the same with this Noel Clarke story. I'm going to go on to that video tomorrow. That'll be dropping tomorrow morning, so keep your eyes peeled for that. But yeah, man, let me know your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on that. Like I said, this is going to divide the comment section. Some people will be saying you're a disgrace, going on what you're talking about. Other people will be saying, yeah, do you know what? You're right. On that grounds, he should play. But for me personally, it should have nothing to do with any of them players at Man United, whether it's men's team, women's team, youth team. None of them should be involved in that. Yeah, that should be a club decision whether they want to keep him. And if they don't want to keep him, they should pay out his contract. He signed the contract to play for Man United. Yeah, he was suspended. He still is. They're still paying him. So if they end the contract, that's on their terms. You've got to pay him. But let me know what you guys think. Leave it in the comment section. And like I said, I'll be back again tomorrow with a Noel Clark video. So make sure you come and check that out tomorrow morning. And yeah, it's a madness, but that's how social media works these days. Everyone's cancelled if they don't like it. But there we go. It is what it is. Make sure you subscribe, like, share the content around, comment down below. All have a blessed Friday. And I'll see you again tomorrow morning for another video. We're out of here, people. Laters.